She went live on Instagram, saying, "I'm breaking up with him right now. Watch me kick him out of his own apartment." Then, still streaming, she began changing the locks. I stayed calm. She was turning our relationship drama into entertainment for her followers. So I called building security. They escorted her out while she was still live. Over 12,000 people watched as security explained she wasn't even on the lease. I'm a 29-year-old guy, and at that moment, I was in a budget meeting when my phone started buzzing non-stop. I ignored it at first. 20 minutes later, the meeting ended. When I checked, I had 15 texts, all from different people, all saying the same thing. "Bro, your girlfriend's losing it on Instagram." I opened the app, and there she was, live. 12,284 viewers. Sitting on my couch, in my apartment, holding a receipt from the hardware store. She said, "Just bought this deadbolt kit for $43.99. I'm installing it myself while he's at work. When he gets home tonight, his key won't work. Let's see how he likes that." The comments were flooding in. "Get it, girl. This is iconic. Make him pay." She even added, "For those asking where his stuff's going, the hallway. I'll just pile it all there. This is my apartment now." I stared at my phone. She was literally announcing a crime, an illegal eviction, to 12,000 people. The truth is, I'm the only one on the lease. Been here 3 years. She moved in 4 months ago after her roommate kicked her out for not paying rent. I called building security. "Hi, this is Unit 847. My girlfriend's live on Instagram saying she's changing my locks and kicking me out." They asked, "Is she on your lease?" "No, I'm the only leaseholder. She's a guest trying to evict me on camera." They replied, "We'll send someone immediately." I told my boss I had an emergency, left work and drove home exactly the speed limit. Getting pulled over today would have made things worse. I kept her live stream open. She was still trying to install the lock and failing miserably. She complained, "These instructions make no sense. Whatever, I'm a strong, independent woman. I'll figure it out." Viewer count, 13,019. Someone commented, "Is this even legal?" She replied, "Yeah, it's called common law marriage or something. He can't do anything." Another viewer wrote, "That's not how it works." She snapped back, "Whatever, you're not a lawyer." I pulled into the garage, texted security, and headed up. The elevator ride felt like forever. I could hear her yelling through the door. Unlocked it, my key still worked. She was on the floor surrounded by lock parts, screws, and my power drill. Her phone was propped up, still streaming. "Oh, perfect," she said. "Everyone, look who finally showed up. Mr. Too Busy for his girlfriend." I kept calm. "Hey, what are you doing?" She replied, "Changing the locks on our apartment." I corrected her. "My apartment. My lease." She grabbed her phone, turned the camera on me. "See? This is what I deal with. He acts like I don't even exist." I said, "You exist. You're just not on my lease. You've lived here 4 months, as my guest." Viewer count hit 14,336. Then came a knock. Security. Her expression shifted from panic to anger. "You called security on me? You went live committing a felony." "Yeah, I called them." 2 security officers walked in. The older one looked tired. The younger one looked like he was trying not to laugh. "Sir," the older one said, "you called about an illegal eviction attempt?" I nodded. "She's streaming herself, changing my locks, and evicting me from my own place." I showed my lease on the bill. Buildings portal. My name only. The younger officer asked her, "Ma'am, are you broadcasting this?" She said yes. "Everyone needs to see how he treats me. Over 14,000 people are watching." He nodded. "So, 14,000 people just watched you admit to an attempted illegal eviction. She argued, "It's not illegal. I live here." The older officer asked, "Are you on the lease?" "I don't need to be. We're in a relationship." He replied, "That's not how leases work." "Ma'am." Narration calm but firm. She grew frustrated. "You're taking his side?" "We're taking the law's side," the officer said. "Do you pay rent directly to the building?" Silence. "Then you're a guest," he explained, "and a guest can be asked to leave at any time." She looked at me, furious. "You're really doing this in front of everyone?" I said, "You announced it on Instagram Live." "I was joking," she protested. I pointed to the door. "You drilled out my lock. That's not a joke. That's property damage. Point and end." Building's portal. My name only. The younger officer asked her, "Ma'am, are you broadcasting this?" She said, "Yes. Everyone needs to see how he treats me. Over 14,000 people are watching." He nodded. "So 14,000 people just watched you admit to an attempted illegal eviction." She argued, "It's not illegal. I live here." The older officer asked, "Are you on the lease?" "I don't need to be. We're in a relationship." He replied, "That's not how leases work." "But, ma'am," she grew frustrated. "You're taking his side?" "We're taking the law's side," the officer said. "Do you pay rent directly to the building?" Silence. "Then you're a guest," he explained. "And a guest can be asked to leave at any time." She looked at me, furious. "You're really doing this in front of everyone?" I said, "You announced it on Instagram Live." "I was joking," she protested. I pointed to the door. "You drilled out my lock. That's not a joke. That's property damage." The officer examined it. "Did you damage the door, ma'am?" "It's not damage. I was installing a new lock." He replied, "On property you don't own, that's vandalism." Her face went pale. Then the officer asked me, "Do you want her removed?" The live chat was exploding, half calling it misogyny, half saying she'd incriminated herself. "Yes," I said, "I want her out now." She started crying. "I have nowhere to go." I said, "You should have thought about that before trying to steal my apartment." "I wasn't stealing." "You tried to lock me out of my own home." The younger officer stepped in. "Ma'am, pack your things. You have 30 minutes. 30 minutes? She cried. "You're lucky. Technically, we could remove you immediately for trespassing." She looked between me and her phone. "You're really going to make me pack on camera? You made this public, not me." She ended the stream. Nearly 15,000 viewers. Then she started packing, still crying loudly. Security stayed to ensure she didn't take anything of mine. At one point, she tried to grab my PlayStation controller. "That's mine," I said. "You gave it to me. I let you use it. It's mine. Put it back." She threw it. Missed. The officer warned, "If you damage anything else, we'll call the police." 28 minutes later, she was done. 3 trash bags of clothes, her makeup, and her laptop. She asked, "What about the rest of my stuff?" "Text me when you want to pick it up. I'll have security present." "This is illegal," she said. The officer shook his head. "No, ma'am. What you did was illegal." They escorted her out, made sure she left, and came back to confirm. The door was damaged, lock half installed. I called maintenance, told them what happened. They fixed it in an hour. $175 fee. Later, I opened Instagram. She'd already posted to her story. "Just got illegally evicted. He called security. I'm homeless. This is domestic violence." Yeah, it. Midnight. Her video was everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Someone had recorded the entire live stream. The title read, "Entitled Girlfriend Tries to Steal Boyfriend's Apartment on Instagram Live." Almost 900,000 views. My phone didn't stop buzzing. Friends, family, even old coworkers I hadn't spoken to in years. Everyone had seen it. Then my brother called. "Dude, what the hell? She really tried to steal your apartment on camera, in front of 15,000 people. Is she stupid or just entitled?" "Probably both," I said. Her Instagram was chaos, story after story. "He threw me out with nowhere to go. Security assaulted me. All my stuff is still there, and he won't let me get it." The comments were divided. Her loyal followers, mostly influencers, were defending her. Everyone else was calling her out. "You literally live-streamed yourself committing a crime. Girl, you're not on the lease. You changed his locks. You're not the victim." But the supporters were loud. They launched a hashtag, "Justice for Victims," not even using her name, just victims. They posted my full name, my workplace, and even my apartment building's address. By Friday morning, HR called me into the office. "We've been getting calls," they said. "I know," I replied. "My ex is directing her followers to harass my job. She's claiming I abused her." I pulled out my phone. "Here, she tried to evict me on Instagram Live." The HR director watched the video in full. "Wow," she said. "She actually announced she was stealing your apartment to 15,000 people." She sighed. "We'll treat any future calls as harassment, but you should probably talk to a lawyer." I did, that same afternoon. After showing my attorney everything, he actually smiled. She filmed herself committing attempted illegal eviction and uploaded it publicly. Nearly 15,000 witnesses. This is one of the easiest cases I've seen. Don't delete anything. Save every message. If she files a lawsuit, we'll counter for property damage, harassment, and defamation. That night, security called me. "Sir, she's back, demanding to be let upstairs." "She's not on my approved guest list anymore, right?" "Correct. We told her she's not allowed in, but she's refusing to leave the lobby." "Give her one warning," I said. "If she doesn't leave, call the police for trespassing." 15 minutes later, officers arrived. She was escorted off the property. No charges, just a warning. Then she posted again. "Cops called on me for trying to get my things. This is harassment." More hashtags followed. More of my personal info was shared. Someone even leaked my parking spot number. By Sunday, I received a letter from her lawyer, clearly a budget firm. A standard cease and desist, claiming I owed her $8,000 for rent contributions and half the security deposit. My lawyer responded first thing Monday morning. No rent was ever paid directly to the property management. Any money exchanged between our clients was for shared household expenses. Your client has no claim to the security deposit, as she was never on the lease. In fact, she owes $175 for property damage during her illegal eviction attempt. He also attached screenshots of her Instagram admissions as evidence. 3 days later, her lawyer dropped her as a client. Then came Tuesday. I came home from work. She was sitting outside my apartment with her mom. "We need to talk," her mother said. "Not happening," I replied. "My daughter has rights." "Your daughter tried to steal my apartment on Instagram Live," I said. "She was emotional," her mother argued. "She made a mistake." "Right. A $44 deadbolt kit mistake. A property damage mistake. A 15,000 witness mistake." "You can't just throw someone out," she said. "I can, and did. Security confirmed." Now you're both trespassing." My ex stood up. "I'm pregnant." I paused. "You're what?" "Pregnant. With your baby. You're throwing out the mother of your child." "You're lying," I said. "I'm not." "When did you find out?" 2 weeks ago. "Show me the test." "I don't have it." "Doctor's note?" "Haven't been to a doctor yet." "How convenient," I said. Her mother snapped. "How dare you question her? She's carrying your child." If she's telling the truth, she can text me proof. Until then, you're trespassing. I called security. The same two officers came up. The younger one looked like he was trying not to laugh. The older one sighed. She's claiming pregnancy now. He turned to her. Ma'am, that doesn't give you tenancy rights. She said, I'm carrying his child. That's between you two, he replied. But it doesn't change the fact that you no longer live here. They escorted both women out again. Moments later, she posted, he kicked me out even though. Show proof. This sounds fake. You're really milking this. I made my one and only public response. The screenshot of her, I'm pregnant text, followed by, waiting for proof. We'll update when provided. Never got any. By week 3, things got worse. She shifted from I'm homeless to I'm taking legal action. She posted screenshots of emails to tenant rights groups, legal aid societies, and local news outlets. None took her case because she didn't have one. So, she changed strategies, posted a long Instagram caption, a step-by-step guide titled, How to Establish Tenancy Without a Lease. Her list included things like, receive mail at the address, which she'd forwarded, have a key, which I already took back, keep belongings there, which I had packed for her, pay bills. She'd only sent me money for groceries 3 times. Her followers loved it. Oh my God, this is so helpful. You're so smart. My lawyer read it and shook his head. She's literally advising people on how to commit tenancy fraud. Can we use this? Oh, absolutely, he said. What she didn't know was that my building had already approved her permanent removal from my guest list. She was officially banned, flagged in the system as having attempted an illegal eviction. That Friday evening, she tried to use her tenant rights again. She showed up with her own locksmith, claiming she'd been wrongfully locked out and needed access to her apartment. Security stopped them at the elevator. Ma'am, you're banned from this property. I live here. I'm on the lease. Security checked their system. Your photo is flagged. You're not listed on any lease for this building. The locksmith looked at her confused. You told me you were on the lease. I am. They're lying. Security showed him the system again. Her photo, status banned. Reason? Attempted illegal eviction. You tried to evict someone illegally? The locksmith asked. It was a misunderstanding, she replied. He packed up and left. Didn't even charge her the service call fee. Then she completely lost it in the lobby, yelling about her rights, discrimination, and police involvement. Security called the police. She was issued a formal trespassing warning. Next time, she'd be arrested. Later, she posted the body cam footage request form online, claiming she'd get proof of police brutality. My lawyer said the footage would only confirm she was removed for trespassing. I don't think she ever thinks things through. By Monday, her mom had called mine. Then my mom called me. Did her mother really just call me? She said you got her daughter arrested. She got a trespassing warning for trespassing. That's what I told her. She called me a bad mother for raising such a heartless son. Don't worry about it, I said. I told her she raised a daughter dumb enough to live stream herself committing a crime. Then I hung up. Thanks, Mom. Also, I saw the video. She's terrible at installing locks. Tuesday, I got served. She was suing me. Small claims court. $12,000. Breakdown. $4,000 unpaid rent. $3,000 emotional distress. $2,500 property withheld. $1,500 moving costs. $1,000 damaged belongings. My lawyer reviewed it. This'll be fun. The court date was 3 weeks away. I spent that time compiling evidence. Every post, every lie, every story change, every harassing message from her followers. It became a 47-page document with screenshots, timestamps, and notes. Meanwhile, she kept posting. Taking him to court. He's going to pay. Justice is coming. Her followers cheered her on. Get your money. Sue him. Make him suffer. Court day came. She arrived with her mom and a huge binder. Color-coded tabs and all. I showed up with my lawyer and a USB drive. Her opening statement, 5 minutes of accusations, that I financially abused her, trapped her in a relationship, threw her out, and kept her belongings. My lawyer stood up. Your Honor, we have video evidence showing the defendant illegally attempting to evict my client, live to 15,000 viewers. He played the clip. The judge watched it all. Her announcing the eviction, changing the locks, me arriving, security explaining she wasn't on the lease, and her still insisting the apartment was hers. The judge looked at her. You recorded yourself doing this? I was emotional. You bought a lock-changing kit, brought it to an apartment you don't lease, and tried to change the locks while broadcasting it live? He ignored my texts. That doesn't give you the right to take his apartment. To keep them out. Silence. Then the judge reviewed her claims. $4,000 unpaid rent. I paid for groceries and utilities. Do you have receipts showing rent payments? No, because he paid the landlord and I gave him money. That's cost sharing, not rent. You have no lease, no proof of tenancy, and no legal right to reimbursement. Emotional distress. You caused your own distress by committing a crime. Withheld property. You were offered multiple chances to collect your belongings with security present. That's not withholding. Moving expenses. You moved yourself after trying to evict him illegally. Damaged belongings? Any proof? He put my things in garbage bags. He packed your belongings during your removal for trespassing. That's not damage. Case dismissed. But the judge wasn't done. Filing frivolous lawsuits wastes court time. You're ordered to pay $350 in court costs. If you keep harassing the plaintiff, he can seek a restraining order. She cried. This isn't fair. You're lucky you're not facing criminal charges, the judge said. Court dismissed. Outside, her mom screamed at me. You ruined her life. She has nothing. She destroyed her own life, lived to 15,000 people. She made one mistake. She made dozens, all recorded. My lawyer grinned. That was beautiful. The judge completely dismantled her. She won't stop. She will when she keeps losing money. 2 months since the Instagram fiasco. The video now has 3.2 million views. It's been covered by legal YouTubers, commentary channels, and lawyers reacting to worst tenancy claims ever. Her Instagram dropped from 14,000 to 6,000 followers, more than half gone. The rest just watched the drama unfold. She moved back in with her parents, 2 hours away. Mutual friends say she's working on herself, which apparently means complaining about me non-stop and planning a comeback. She posted, "Story time, how my ex stole my home." Completely false. She now claims she was on the lease. Lie. Paid rent? Lie. I planned everything. Lie. Said security was corrupt and the stream taken out of context. Impossible. It was live. Comments roasted her. Girl, we all saw it. You can't gaslight the internet. Just take the loss. My apartment is peaceful again. I repaired the damaged door frame, $175. She never reimbursed me, but it's worth the peace. Security updated her photo with do not allow entry under any circumstances. Started dating again. On my last date, I told the story. He looked it up. It's Googleable now. She laughed. You called it entertainment for her followers? That's what she wanted. Entertainment. That's cold. She tried to steal my home on Instagram Live. I'm fine being cold. Works good. HR blocked her followers' calls. Her cancel campaign died when people realized she filmed her own crime. She still hasn't paid the $350. My lawyer says it's not worth chasing. She can keep her tiny victory. Lease renewal came up. I renewed. I'm not letting her chase me from my home. She lived here 4 months. I've been here 3 years. She doesn't get to take that from me. Got better locks. Top-grade smart locks with camera access from my phone. Also added a Ring doorbell and indoor cams. Paranoid? Maybe. But after someone tries to steal your home live online, a little paranoia feels fair. People ask if I feel bad, if I regret embarrassing her. I don't. She embarrassed herself. I just documented it. She chose to go live, to lie, to sue, to send her followers after me. Every consequence she faced was her own doing. She wanted fame. She got it, just not the kind she expected. 14,962 people watched her attempt to steal an apartment. Millions more since then. That's not my fault. That's hers. The internet doesn't forget. That video will follow her forever. Every new job, every date, every friend. Someone will find it. That's her legacy, not mine. I'm doing fine. My apartment's still mine. My locks work. My life's peaceful. And somewhere, she's still online, claiming she's the victim. But 3.2 million people know better.